Hey, Goodbucks here, and welcome to Market Monday. So, we're going to go through a lot of what we have seen, what we expect to see on the market, and kind of what's going on in the world right now when it comes to the economy. All right, so the biggest thing that's happened, obviously, is the rings. And we're not going to give an opinion on rings right now. I think that's saved maybe for podcast time, but Patriots players are going up one overall. I think is like the biggest thing people are concerned about. I just want to make mention. So at the top end of the bracket, we can look at and see these things, and we're like, now it depends on what you believe is going to happen when these cards when these cards convert to training points on Friday. Are training points going to raise the price of the cards? Because when these things go up +1 overall tomorrow, maybe their price rises. Okay, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe it holds steady. And then people are like, okay, you could get a great deal on training. So training right now, spoiler alert, I was going to go through it at the end of the show. But training right now is at 24 training points per point. All right, so 95 overall should not be 237. All right, let's go to like Legends just to see what like a normal 95 overall. I just missed it. 95 overall normally goes for. All right, so a 95 overall Legend. Scroll down here a little bit. Would go for like 340, what we got? 330, 330 about. We'll say 330 for the 95. All right. So if we're sitting here looking at Super Bowl players that are much less than that, you're like, hey, that's a great investment opportunity. It's like 100K less than that. Now, sure, that's probably a good choice. And the only concern with that is the fact that I think when these cards convert over, trading is going to crash, right? It might even split the difference. So these cards won't go up 100K. I would maybe see these cards going up 40K, but training crashing down to it. I'm going to get to another reason a little bit later in the show why I think training and the market's going to go down Friday. But that'll come up in a little bit. So while you can see these +1s going up, the overalls going up tomorrow, I can see that the cards going up in price. You see right now, like the market kind of knows these cards are going up in price tomorrow. Like if you look at the 95s for the Rams here, Robert Woods, you see they're at like 300K. But then when you switch over to the 95s for the Patriots, where do you go? 340. No. Where's the Patriot 95? All right. I think it's just middle linebacker, right? Dunta? Yeah. All right, here it is. That's a linebacker. He's sitting at 350. So they already know that he's going up to 96. So it's kind of factored into the price, the difference between the 95s and the 95s that aren't going up. So right now the market kind of knows. Is there profit opportunity? Maybe. It depends on what you believe. I don't think it's enough to really get involved with hard. I will say I do have a few Dunta Hightower cards myself that I'm holding, but I'll probably be selling off it this week, probably tomorrow when he goes up to 96. I hope the market shocks upwards, seeing that new number on it. And that's when I'm going to try and sell off my Dunta. All right, so that's it. So training market. I think that's kind of the big thing. But when you switch to the lower end of the scale, these 86 to 87s, you see a similar thing happen. You see the Rams kind of right here around 16. Even the Patriots here at 16. So this is going to go to an 87. And when you look at the cheapest 87s, I did this beforehand. The cheapest 87s on the auction house that have training points available with them are like 20K or just over 20K for 87s. So you're like, oh my God, 20K is significantly higher. That's 25% higher than 16K. That's a good opportunity for profit. And you might be right. I just expect that not to go up to 20K. I expect it to maybe go up to 18K. I expect the training market to go down when these things all convert from rings over here. Oops, I can't show it on that screen. From rings to training. And same thing with 87s to 87s to, I just saw right. 87s to 88s. Like when you look at Barron or the Patriots 87, the left guard. I'm just going to filter by left guard. When you look at this card, this is going for 21K. Actually, this might be a pretty good price. 87K when it converts on Friday over to a 88. The cheapest 88 is like a 31K right now. So at 31K, I mean, there's potential profit here if you snipe these things through the week. All right, at least tonight before it goes up to an 88, and this might shock up to 26,000K. So maybe we'll grab one right there with the speculators. So, anyways, as to rings themselves, a lot of people, you see I'm selling a lot of 88s. I'll get to that later in the show, why I'm doing that. As to team of the, like, okay, so as to the rings, we're gonna get these Super Bowl predictors tomorrow. So that's another reason why we can kind of see these prices go down because of the ring redemption set. People can use the Super Bowl rings either to roll like this set right here, the 86 to 87s. So even speculating on 87s, hell, they might go down. Because EA did say the training points aren't going to go up. So it will be weird tomorrow. Will it be 86 to 88, and then like 91 to 93, and then 94 to 96 overall? Maybe they'll change the description on these things to make it more accurate to plus ones, at least for a few days. Not that that's big a deal, but I can expect, that's going to shock the market and send these prices potentially downward as people look to liquidate their rings into coins. The training conversion, we don't know the exact number to my knowledge. I don't think EA said anything exact number for the conversion. Right now it's like 1.6. It's 8 to 5 if you calculate it out based off overalls for rings to training point. But again, we wait for official word from EA on that before we like say anything there. So with that, Super Bowl rings. Overall, I don't think they're really necessary. I think having a currency, it could have been. I said I wasn't going to give my opinion on them. I think training could have done everything that Super Bowl rings could have done. Like all these reroll sets could have just been done with training instead. I'm not a fan of them. I know a lot of people make coins off them, but like we can make coins off of training doing these same sets. It's the sets that's the important thing, not the third currency. Or let me know in the comments if you guys disagree with that. So, and let me know. Do you guys think training market's gonna crash this Friday when all these cards convert over, or are you investing? But as for so we got predictors coming out. They took this predictor second out of the game. Let me finish that thought. The predictors are coming. All right. So are we gonna get a last grasp deal like we got for Snow with Team of the Week? We got a Team of the Week offer, but there's no Team of the Week coming. There's just honors cards this week. So what are we gonna do with these Super Bowl rings that we're getting from the predictor set? That's no longer right there because 5 of the 20 predictors hit. Yeah, obviously the wins on the Patriots winning, the Rams winning, the coin flip, Julian Edelman's 100 yards, Sonny Michel hitting the first touchdown, and one other thing I don't recall off the top of my head. All hit. So we're getting a lot of Super Bowl rings put into the economy. And I really hope EA gives us a reason to use them. Maybe another reason to hang on to Super Bowl rings right now. Maybe EA gives us one. If you weren't able to sell off last night with the big offer, the Sunday midnight offer, then you're kind of like myself waiting for those last Super Bowl rings to hopefully give us something to use them on. Or else, there wasn't really a ton to use the Super Bowl rings on because they offered a lot of training options this weekend. Unfortunately, because what's the point of Super Bowl rings if you're going to give us 1/3 of the time training? Just make it all Super Bowl rings if you're going to give us a concurrency. But anyways, we have Ultimate Legends coming Friday. Last year, they dropped Ultimate Legends Friday night. They dropped 10 of them. So they dropped 10 97s into the market. So they're not right here. I went back and looked at the Ultimate Legend set. Basically, the Ultimate Legend set had a similar Legend upgrade set as the Legend set does right now. So maybe look if there's some underpriced lower end cards on the Ultimate Legends with those drops. Might be worth a look to see if there's some arbitrage opportunities to make sets, because we're making a lot of sets. I'll get to more in that in a second. So yeah, that's one of the reasons when Friday hits, if they do something similar last year with Ultimate Legends, that's why I expect the training market to go down. Because if they're dropping all those 97s, all those set pieces, high-end set pieces too for Ultimate Legends, that's going to provide downward pressure on the training market and the market in general. So I expect a pretty decent crash Friday if that is the case. Now, maybe they just come out with 2 Ultimate Legends because they don't really care about starting it off with a bang. They don't want to really, they're just kind of phoning it in or something like that. So that's always a potential possibility. I generally like to go based off history, but history doesn't always repeat. But yeah, 1097s at top end positions, like Megatron, like a top end wide receiver that's going to be basically, with boosts pretty close to end game. I could see a lot of these prices just absolutely shocking down. Like Fitzgerald is nowhere near worth 440 as a wide receiver, especially if Megatron comes out and it's like 600, 700K. You think he goes down to like 300? I could totally see it. But we'll see what cards they put out. Maybe that happens Saturday. Maybe not. We'll see if that comes out at all. So yeah, the Legend trade-in set. I did check. I think we may have had like people ask me about should we save Legends like lower end Legends? Will there be a Legend trade-in for set for Ultimate Legends? I don't know. We did not get one last year to my knowledge. I went back and checked out 18 right before this show, and 18 didn't show anything there. So take that for what you will. We got no Legend trade-in set for Ultimate Legends last year. I think that was like 2 years ago or 3 years ago we did. So I'm not investing in Legend pieces, just the Legends I currently have on my team. But always with the Ultimate Legends, if we do get that trade-in set, it's always a good idea. And I talked about this, God, 5 months ago, maybe more. But because of the new Legends that come every week, and I really haven't, I don't like to repeat myself, so I don't really like hit the same points every week. So if you miss one episode, you're shit out of luck. Don't miss Market Mondays. The Legend set in this thing that requires random 1 to 3 Legends for random 4 to 5. You know, these kind of bring up the prices on 1 to 3s every time there's a new Legend release. So, it's okay. It's okay. Snipe Legend 1 to 3 pieces, but not bad. I mean, sniping. So we will get in honors this week. We're getting Luck, Mahomes, so 2 quarterbacks. I mean, neither one of them are going to be Mike Vick, so solid cards. I'd expect every honors card to be 1,000,000 coins. They're going to be limited time cards. Don't expect any solos or EA to do anything for the no money spent people for honors, because it's always been a money spent promo, so just expect it. There will be a Saquon Barkley, so your Saquon Barkley will get upgraded to a 98. I think the MVP gets a 98, the rookies get a 97, so I think Barkley gets up to a 97. We'll also get Walter Payton Man of the Year, defensive MVP and Rookie of the Year, Aaron Donald and Leonard, of course. So a couple ends, an outside linebacker, a running back, and 2 quarterbacks. Is that going to affect the market greatly? A couple of those a day? No. I mean, people will be pulling packs for them, but I don't think it's going to be anything like glitchy for like the top end of cards. Like Luck and Mahomes won't really affect many people's teams because most people that are running a team right now use Vic in his high end speed. So is what it is. Anyways, we talked about training, and one thing about training converting on Friday, make sure to be on the game Friday at server changeover, because it's a good day for EA to make an error. Like they made an error last time they converted it over. I would expect them to make an error again. Well, don't expect it. Just be ready for it. But I'm guessing we won't get something as fucked up this time as we did last time. So, boy can hope, but be prepared. So that's it with the some of it. That's it. And as to far term prices on cards and stuff, it always generally looks downward. Especially like there's near term a lot of downward pressure on prices due to content. But after that, like we have not seen much from EA outside of this blitz to show like weekly content, and we don't know if they've heard from us that we want weekly content and other programs. So like if EA decides to just do Ultimate Legends and maybe like one other promo during the week from here on out, I could totally see top end cards kind of rising in price for the whole game. Like high end cards, because cards like Team of the Year, like look what's happened to Team of the Year. The prices on these things. This is like 900K, 800K a couple weeks ago, and they've only gone up because there's really been no competition to really hit their high end market. So if we get a high end card, it could go up if EA doesn't really give us much more to be excited about, because every single day we're stacking more and more coins. So EA needs to keep ahead of the market by introducing new cards. But we are kind of towards the time of the year where it's really hard to beat some of these cards and stats without, because of chems and stuff. So, and everybody stops at 99. I really do wish we had over 100 stats this year. I'm just going to reiterate that every single day of my life. I'm going to say that to myself before I go to bed every night. I'm going to pray to whatever God I have and say over 100 stats, over 100 stats, over 100 stats. But I want to talk about one way to make coins here for the real people that suck along. I know this has been 14 minutes already. I'm sorry for blabbling on. And the method still works from last week. So it is, let me send you over here to Chrome. I got the spreadsheet here. I think I'll put it in the description. But basically, you end up buying the 95. So that Rams 95 is like 296 right now. You can convert over. You can run the 86 to 87 set. I'll show it to you right here on the store. You can convert over still, and then either you sell the 86. Like I always like to when I roll this, I always like to quick sell the 87s. The 86s, what I do with those, is list them, or you can put them in the 86 to 88 exchange and then list the 88. So that's what I was testing out, and I've been listing some 88s. Also had some leftover 88s from this weekend when I was speculating on them, and I just forgot to sell them in time because I was playing head-to-head instead on stream. So I lost some coins there on that speculation because I just, timing is everything, and I just fucked up on the timing. So that's what I've been kind of doing, and it is profitable. So it's still there for the taking. I hope everybody has been making coins off that, and I like hearing from people. So if you have made coins, let me know. It's always good to hear that it's working for people instead of just the haters. Because if I only hear the haters, then I'm just gonna say, oh, it looks like most people don't care when I give away these tips. They're actually angry at me. So if you do make coins on the tips, please let me know. Otherwise, well, it seems like the feedback that I get kind of derives the way I go. So there it is. Feedback is very important to people. Moving on, or to me at least. Moving on to where the market's at. Let's move. All right, so we're going to go through every week. We show markets up, down, sideways. So let's go through the, just standard look. 70, 74, low golds. Where are they at? I don't think I did this last week, but 800. I mean, that's pretty darn consistent. It was like 2 weeks ago at 850. 75 to 79. 2450. So that's pretty darn consistent from where it was. Nothing's really changed there. Gold token still kind of in want right there, taking that high-end market up a little bit from where it was. Like it bottomed out at like 1300 prior to them putting in those gold token sets. So we love gold token sets. Low-end elites 5450, up slightly. Those elite tokens for Super Bowl rings. It was a nice addition to drive some market drive some prices up to the pack trash, as I call it. 10,000 again. That has not changed in 2 weeks. Again, token set beautifulness. And 84 to 85s. These are all elite token fodder. This one's at 17,500, which is up a little bit from a couple weeks ago. Otherwise, pretty standard all year long for like the last 3 months. That's been from anywhere. It's gone down as low as like 15.9 during like the Blitz, all the way up to like 22 a couple weeks later, to 17.5 here. So 86s, we were just looking at a lot of 86s. We talked a lot about the 86s. This is going to be at 17K still. So 84s and 86s, both at the same price. Makes elite badges pretty well balanced on those two. So 84 to 85s, there's no like sets making them, which is why they're a little bit higher priced. Like there's a big set making the 86s. So there's a lot of economic activity generated around the 86s, which is interesting. It's like a inflection point in MUT. Everything from tokens to snow sets making them, to the 88 upgrade set, which has been very nice for people, including myself. All right, 88's at 34.2. Last week 37, so right around the 34 to 35 range. And that is on a downward trend. That's a continual downward trend since the beginning of the game. Nothing really to report there. Just hitting an all-time low this week. 90 to 91s, you are sitting at a beautiful 80, we'll say 4,000. So that is up slightly. I don't know why 90 to 91s would be up slightly from 2 weeks ago. I don't know. Are more people getting into the game? The game went free to play in EA Access, so maybe more people are coming into the market for those 90s, 91s to drive the price, but that don't seem right. 92, sitting at 111, down from 2 weeks ago, but yeah, down from 2 weeks ago. I mean, whenever you get these high-end cards, because these are the cards, these aren't 88s and above aren't involved in any token sets. So like their market is driven completely off of what people are adding to their squad and the training points. So it's pretty standard right around there. Nothing special. 215 for 94s. Oops, 215, not 45. Mistyped it. Again, squads are relying less on 94s and more on 96s, pluses, 95s, 96s, 97s, even some 98s. So this 96s, 449, down from 489 2 weeks ago. But otherwise, I mean, the trend continues, right? and 98s up to 1.24 million, which is up significantly. That is up 300,000 coins, like I talked about earlier. And training's at 24 coins per training. So market in some places down, some places up. Overall, kind of in flux, kind of waiting. I would expect in the final words, the market to go down on Friday if we get Ultimate Legends. Unless if they wait till Saturday to do Ultimate Legends, then that'll be the day. But otherwise, keep your ear out to the street for any news, any changes. But that's it for Market Monday. Thanks for watching Call to Action. I'll see you tomorrow.